Welcome back to What's Cooking in Mammy's Kitchen. And guess what time of the year it is? Can you tell? It's Christmas time. Merry Christmas to you all. One of my very favorite times of the year and one of my very favorite shows to do for you of the year. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, because I'm going to do some really good stuff today. Last season on my Christmas show, I did your favorite dishes. It was the best food. Oh my goodness. And I've been fixing all of that throughout the year. But this year, I'm going to bring my favorites to you. Some of my favorites throughout the years. And I'm going to combine them all. Don't really match to anything, but we're going to cook them all for you. You can see I've got some fresh French bread here, and I'm going to start off. Okay, Mama Teresa always made an oyster casserole, oyster dressing, and I think it's a traditional dish here in America or in the South that everybody does for Christmas. I'm going to pump it up a little bit today. We're going to do an oyster Rockefeller bread pudding. It's Christmas. I want to do a bread pudding. And it's so wonderful to be able to get fresh oysters here in the old state of Kentucky, up here in the South. And we can go to Simply Seafood right down the road from Mammy's Kitchen and get some fresh oysters. So of course I'm very excited. And you can use any kind of oysters you want. Just let you know, you can get them canned, but go to Simply Seafood and you'll get them fresh. I'm so excited to start that out. All right, I'm gonna get all my ingredients because this bread pudding is the most savory pudding you'll ever eat. So let's get started. All right, so where we're going to start with, you can see it's got a lot of ingredients, but a good bread pudding does, especially the eggs and the cream. But first of all, we're going to get this bread in the oven. We're going to cube it, and we're going to bite-sized cubes in the oven. Oh, this with all these ingredients are going to be amazing. I'm going to tell you. All right, so I've got my bread cubed, and we're going to take some butter, melted butter. I'm going to get this started. You can tell I want butter on everything. It just makes it so good. It's Christmas time. All right, and we're going to get this pretty crunchy. Put this in the oven. We're going to have some best mashed potatoes ever. I've got my potatoes on too. So let's get started with some celery, onion, and fennel. And so I'm going to chop up some celery, which this is kind of like the dressing part of an oyster dressing. I always have the celery in here. Put that in there. I've got 4 tablespoons of butter in my pan. And I've got fennel seeds. We're going to put a little bit of that in there. Kind of licorice. And then we're going to chop some onion. Don't want a whole lot, so I'm just going to take the corner of that. You want all these flavors to really marry together. So I don't want a whole lot of one thing. Kind of evenly balance it out. This stuff is too good, too savory, too fancy to mess up. If I'm eating oysters, it's going to be in a casserole only. I'm sorry, but I just don't, and I don't think I've ever had the oyster right out of the little shell thing, but maybe I should try new things. Not today. We'll only do it that'll be another show, maybe. All right, so we're gonna simmer this. I'm gonna put it over here. And while I'm doing everything else, I'm gonna put that on medium. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut up some garlic. And some minced garlic. which all things garlic is what I love. This is a dish I think I'm going to fix my children on our Christmas Eve. We're going to do ours. I'm going to do it with mine, my kids and grandkids, which I have 10 and one on the way. I'm going to do ours Christmas Eve. And then I'll do my dad's Christmas the day after Christmas. Give everybody a break, then we'll start cooking again. And on that Christmas, we always do lasagna and fudge and salad, a really good salads. Everybody brings their salads. My sister brings her dips, and my stepmom brings her the favorite lasagna. I think we do it just so we can eat her lasagna and her pasta salad. It's so good because I'll have all the traditional dishes plus my oysters Rockefeller for our Christmas. I really want this. Don't want a big old chunk of garlic. There we go. I don't think I'm using the right knife, but it'll do the job. Okay, we're letting that simmer down. My potatoes are cooking, and I've got, because these are kind of fancy mashed potatoes to go with our main dish, our main course, and so I've left the skin on them. So they're looking mighty fine in there. Fennel smells so good. Love that, love that, love that. All right, so that's cooked down pretty good. Get that celery pretty in a soft stage. And then we're gonna add an anise, and it's kind of like A-N-I-S-E. It's kind of licoricey, and I don't want a lot. That's what it calls for. And maybe a teaspoon. Goes with that fennel pretty good. There we go. And then I'm gonna add, I like mushrooms, and I'm gonna put mushrooms in it. I love mushrooms, and it just seemed like a good dish to add on to. And then a tablespoon of ketchup. It's just a little mixture of everything in this. So good. Then I'm going to go over here and get my garlic. Don't want to forget that. And you want to add it last because garlic will burn. I want all of that in there. You can omit the mushrooms. And then another one of my favorite things that are in this is spinach. And it's such a pretty dish with all the green. And I love, love spinach. And I'm going to do about a cup. Let that cook. I'm going to turn it on low. Just let it sit here. It'll take but a minute for that spinach to wilt down. Gosh, woo, smelling good. And I ain't even got started. Smelling good. In my kitchen again. Can tell it's Christmas with all my decorations. This is an old-fashioned Christmas. This is an old-fashioned dressing or Rockefeller, whatever you want to call it. The bread pudding. Everybody's got to have some kind of bread pudding, whether it's a bourbon bread pudding or pecan pie bread pudding. We're going to add 6 eggs. We're going to get all this mixed up while that's cooking on low. Keep checking it out. There we go. One more egg. All right, so we're gonna get our mixture going here. Here's my pan, pretty Christmas dishes. Get to bring out all my pretty stuff. Give it a good stir. Oh, love it. Love the mushrooms. I'm telling you, I think that's really gonna make it good if you like mushrooms. If you don't, like my husband, he doesn't like them. A couple of my kids like them. So, mix that. I've got some heavy whipping cream. Mix that. About a cup or more. Love that stuff. And I've got some cayenne pepper, just a little shake or two, according to your taste. And I got white pepper. We use this in our hot brown. And it don't need a whole lot of it at all. There we go, right there. And put some Worcestershire. Oh, this is going to be so savory, guys. Oh. Got some salt. Perfect. Go over here. I'm going to turn this off. It is. Okay, got these out. Oh, they're good and toasty too. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's all, now we're going to start putting it all together. Woo. So I've got this and this mixture. So I've got it all together. Got that whisked together. We're going to add our vegetable mixture. It smells so good. Every little bit, that anise really makes it smell good. All right, so we've got this mixed up. Oh, get my Christmas buttered dish out. Oh, I love making things like this for my family and my customers. Oh, get it all in there. The eggs soak up all that bread. Comes the oysters, our fresh oysters, and don't touch them. Oh, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. All right. So I'll just get a spoon to do it. I don't know if I can touch them. Oh, I just don't think I could slurp that. But it's so good in here. But it's not so good right there. Little slimy thing. These are good and fresh. That's for sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, yeah, so much better now that they're all mixed in with that bread. Looks yummy to me. Mama, you be proud. All right, here they go. Oyster dressing, oyster Rockefeller bread pudding. Oh. And I'm going to add yet another ingredient. I don't put that in there. I forgot to put that in there, but that's all right. I'm going to touch them oysters again. I'm just determined to put them in my hand. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use all this Parmesan cheese. Maybe that's why I like anything that's got cheese, butter, and bread. You can put anything in it and it's going to be good. All right. We're going to put this in the oven 20 minutes, and I want to cover it for 20. And then we're going to uncover it for 20. Get that cheese. Just cover it lightly. First dish down. Next, got a big surprise for you. But I'm going to put this in the oven for 20, uncovered for 20. And we're going to take a break from one of my awesome sponsors. Come back.
Welcome home to Windsor Gardens Senior Living. Windsor Gardens provides the landscape for seniors to enjoy the fruits harvested from a life well lived. A family environment where seniors can live and thrive with purpose, passion, and joy. The result is an invigorating life of new ideas and experiences.
I really like it here. Everybody's nice. Oh, I love my room. It's good and clean. It's a great place to be because I feel safe.
Come live the good life at Windsor Gardens Senior Living.
Does the thought of investing intimidate you? Do you have a 401k and aren't sure what to do with it?
Before I opened a Town & Country Bank Trust Wealth Management account, I was extremely intimidated by the thought of investing. Even though I'd worked 20 years in the banking industry, I was still unsure how investing works. I scheduled an appointment with Corey and his team, and they helped me to understand the entire process. Now I feel safe knowing that my hard-earned savings are in good hands.
Town & Country Bank & Trust Wealth Management. Locally serviced, easy to understand solutions. Schedule a complimentary planning session today.
Welcome back. All right, still got my casserole cooking. And look here, I will cry, I promise. But look, this is my Mammy. I can't even get out, I can't even get started. So look here, guys, I am making the original recipe for bananas croquette. I could not find this recipe. I looked on Pinterest, I looked in magazines, I looked online. It did not exist. Now you and I all know that we fix our bananas croquettes with mayo, sugar, vinegar, roll them up, but that's not how my Mammy did it. She did hers with eggs and vinegar and sugar. And look, this is her same pot that's in this print that hangs at my restaurant. And I found this picture of her. My mom had it or somebody, but look at her old cream and her old bowls. And my sister, how she had this pot, I don't know how you had it, Lisa, but she brought it to me a while back, and I've not used it because I wanted it to use it for something special. And this is Mammy's handwriting, and I've always loved her banana croquettes. Now, Mammy died probably in the 90s, and she was 84 years old. And that's her cooking on an old stove. She had another oven and stove, and I guess that's 50s, 60s maybe, I don't know. But I know I'm a lot like her, and I'm glad to be like her. She was meticulous with her food back then. I mean, she just, look at her. I wish I had that knife. But anyway, I'm gonna do it like Mammy did it. I've not had these since Mammy was alive. She'd bring these to every gathering, every reunion, every holiday, and especially Christmas. So we're gonna crack some eggs. So start out with eggs. I bet y'all didn't know this, did you? I just remember, you know, I was little then too, but I remember Mammy cooking this. I'd watched a lot. I just sat there and watched because I wasn't big enough to do anything else but dishes. Help little Linda Lou with dishes. So we're gonna bring it over here. We're gonna stir these, get it started. All right, so I've got my sugar and my vinegar and my eggs, my whole eggs. All right, we've got to bring it to a boil. I'm scared to death I'm gonna mess it up. Scared to death. All right. You know, you're almost kind of making a custard with this. And I guess that's that sweetness with that vinegar. So while that's, I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. Gotta watch it, gotta stir. But we're gonna chop some peanuts up. And how she used to do this is with a towel. She put them in a towel, not me. Just like I said, I am nowhere near what my Mammy was. So yeah. Here is the custard. I'm letting it boil, and we're gonna turn it off. And we're gonna let this cool because it's gonna cook the bananas. Taste it. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Got a little wang to it. Oh, it is so good. It's just like, wonder why this recipe fell out. I don't understand. Wonder who created this recipe. Was it Mammy? Or I don't know. Do you have this recipe? Do you know? Let me know if you do. I want to know who else did this. Because I've literally not heard or could find anything like this for the banana croquettes. But anyway, so it's about my Aunt Loretta, who's gone to be with Mammy. Lucky her, right? I bet they're having, I'm kind of envious of all my aunts who's gotten to enjoy. They are really, at this point in my life, that Mammy is just getting all of her kids back in heaven. And I'm really envious, kind of. I love being here with all my children and my family. But the reunion that they're having and the holidays that they're having to celebrate the reason for the season, and that's Jesus, and you know that too. But I know they're making this recipe up there. But so we're gonna make, oh my goodness, keep your fingers crossed, we're gonna make my Aunt Loretta's Divinity. Now, back in the good old days, which is what they're doing in heaven right now, I'll guarantee it, is having their Christmas candy making time. They always did it a couple of weeks before Christmas, and Loretta always did the Divinity. And I'm gonna see if I can make it for you today. Keep your fingers crossed. We're gonna go to one of my sponsors. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna get everything ready and we're gonna let this cool. We're gonna check on this. We're gonna take the top off of it, cook it 20 more minutes. See ya. A heaping helping of country charm with a dash of sophistication. That's what you'll find at Mammy's General Store. I'm Mammy from Mammy's Kitchen, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to my new general store. You'll find a wide range of clothing, home decor, handcrafted woodworks, and floral arrangements. Make sure and sign up for our VIP text list. Come see us at Mammy's General Store, and make sure you go tell all your friends.
For over 50 years, Big 3 Tractor Company has been family owned and operated here in Nelson County. We offer new and used New Holland equipment to meet your challenges, from compact tractors and attachments to tractors ready to work on the farm. On location, we have a parts counter, service shop, and merchandise wall. If you have a tough job to tackle, come. We have the solution to meet your demands. Come in and see us or give us a call. Big 3 Tractor Company.
We're gonna let our custard cool. We've got the top off of that, and look how pretty that is. I'm gonna tell you. If that's not good, it's gonna be beautiful. So we're gonna get started on my Aunt Loretta's Divinity. I'm excited about this. So I'm gonna get some egg whites in here. And this is a tricky, I don't like making it because it's just one of those things. It may turn out, it may not. But we're gonna keep making it today with you until it turns out perfect. I'm gonna do one more egg white and we're gonna let it rest. We want them at room temperature. I should know about egg whites because we do about 1 billion of them every day at the restaurant. All right, and here I've got my thermometer because I want it to go up. We're gonna let this rest because I want it to go up to 252 degrees. And I've got 3 cups of sugar. We're gonna put our sugar, 2. Three cups of sugar, and I've got a 1/2 cup of corn syrup. Right here, that's what makes it delicious. And I've got a 2/3 cup of water. We're gonna get this to a boil. I'm gonna bring my corn syrup over here. So I'm gonna get that here going. Get all that corn syrup, because I know that's like the main ingredient to me, is that corn syrup. And we're gonna, there we go. See, a lot was still in that cup. There we go. Get that right there. All mixed together. All right, get our thermometer in there. It's going to take it a while. Then we'll come back over here. We're going to get our vanilla ready. I'm going to get my parchment paper ready. And we are going to start mixing. This, I'm going to put some pecans right in the middle, and then I'm going to add some little Christmas sprinkles so they'll be really pretty. I'm so excited about the Christmas Divinity. Oh my goodness. Woo. I feel like a real cook when I cook something like this. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn this on so it'll get good and fluffy. So I'm not going to stir it. It says leave it alone once it starts boiling. And we're almost at the hardball stage. So just a couple of more minutes. I really want to touch it and stir it, but I'm not going to. So we'll wait. But my casserole is looking fabulous. Oh, and then my potatoes are ready. And what we're going to do with my potatoes, look, I've got a couple of, this is from my mom. I did have this because my mom brought it to the restaurant. I absolutely love this. I cannot use the new ones. I have to have this sifter. That one, this was the whisk. This is the today's whisk. Oh. This is today's whisk. This is the old time whisk. Man, you could do so much, especially scrambled eggs with that. And we're going to do our potatoes with this today. And this is how Mammy always did her potatoes. So we're going to set that right there. Let them, and let me see where we're at. One more second, one more minute. Okay, so I'm going to bring it over. And this is the tricky part to this recipe, is getting this in this at the perfect temperature. Oh, how fun, fun, fun. I remember watching my aunts and my mom and my grandmother when they would all get together, and Anna Margaret and Tracy and Juanita, Fayreen, and all of us young ones were running around playing with the wood stove in the living room. So many, many good memories of Mammy and Palp's house at Christmas time. All right, all of it's in there. We're gonna mix for about 5 to 6 minutes. Might be a good time to go to another sponsor and let this go for about 5 minutes. And when you come back, I'm either gonna be crying or jumping for joy. I've got my wax paper ready, my dish ready. I've got my spoons ready, the pecans ready. So let's go take a break, watch my sponsor, and we'll see you right back.
You work hard your entire career. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help you finish strong and get across the finish line.
We have access to all types of investments. We have the tools and strategies that we need to help make your goals become reality.
And we will work in your best interest to help you succeed.
Come see us here at Thoroughbred and we can help do the hard work for you.
Lawyer commercials are mostly the same. It's this.
In a car wreck, call the clubber. I'll take care of them insurance companies.
Or this.
Injured? I can get you the money you deserve.
But the quality of law firm is very different. At McCoy & Sparks, each of our attorneys have experience in actual courtrooms across Kentucky. Our team of paralegals is second to none. The law firm you choose makes a difference. McCoy & Sparks, in your town, on your team.
All right, so I've been 5 to 6 minutes. I'm gonna turn it off. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's so marshmallowy. And what you wanna do, and it will crumble. You don't want it to crumble, so I don't want mine to crumble. Look at that. So this is the could be the fun part. I don't know. Oh, pretty. So we're gonna just scoop them out. I know everybody was watching, you would watch Loretta, and when she came time for hers, and I think all the sisters then, she's like, I need some help, I need some help. Oh, I think they're gonna look good, except I gotta work fast here, guys. And I want them to be pretty. So this is a kind of fun thing. I might do this with my granddaughters. That would be a great tradition to start. I bet you all have lots of traditions that you do with your grandmothers and that you're doing with your grandchildren. I think that's the funnest things about Christmas, you know. There's a couple of things that I remember that I got for Christmas, you know, but the memories that I was really excited about, and, you know, like Bernadette, my Aunt Bern, she got me my first set of pots and pans. You know, she paved the way for me. I just thought that was the best Christmas present ever. It was better than even what Santa Claus had, you know. And I remember that. And my sister got a Mr. Potato Head. And then one year, when I was getting a little bit older, but really quite not old enough, I talked Aunt Bern and given, we would pick out something that we wanted out of the Sears catalog. And I picked out these shoes that were high heels. They were like a wedge. Oh my gosh, they were my favorite shoes. I could see them plainly in my mind right now. And if I could get them again, I would, and I'd wear them again. I always loved high heels and cooking in my high heels. And it is kind of messy, but that's okay. The messiest candies are the best. First, and then I'm going to put that right in the middle. I'm going to find some whole ones right in the middle. Eat one, put one. Oh, it's just like doing the popcorn strings. Me and my kids used to do that. We had the prettiest trees. My prettiest trees were the ones I decorated without having to buy anything. Have a bird nest in them, or, you know, just outdoor flowers and whatever. But we always strung up the berries and popcorn, and I'm just picking and eating. You know, Thomas would eat all the popcorn, and I'd be fussing, don't eat all the popcorn. And then let's do a couple like this. Oh, they're already starting to set up. Oh goodness, I don't know what to do. Everything's going really, really well. Still waiting on the bananas for that to cool. We'll do that last. But this is one thing that I love, and I do fix this at the restaurant throughout the year. Lamb. I never had it until I went to Honolulu, Hawaii, and years and years ago. And I'm waiting to go back there because I want to eat it again. And I had lamb chops for the very first time, because I'm usually, you know, it's the cow or the pig or whatever, you know, the chicken, and that's it. But lamb is one of my favorite meats. It's so tender, and I love fixing these, and I grill them when I'm at the restaurant, but we're gonna make them really fancy today. I've got some olive oil. I want some black pepper in here. Let's get some black pepper. We're gonna fry them up, and I like them fried. Let's get some salt going on these. There, we got some good salt. I've got my pepper. I've got some capers that I love, love, love using capers. Oh, I love herbs. I love herbs. I love herbs. No, I love herbs. I love herbs. Herbs or herbs. I'm talking with my mouth full, sounds like. I know my mouth is watering. I cannot wait. I got to slow down because I'm trying to rush this because I want to taste everything so bad. I've got my iron skillet going over here. Ooh, it's pretty good. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Yep, it's a smoking, so we're good. So it's got to work fast. So I'm going to dip this in this olive oil. Bring it over here, dip it back in my flour. And get my thyme and everything. Just want these to be really good and tender. Because I like that little, like to make them country as I can. So I'm going to put all of this in the skillet. Get some more pepper. They're really simple. I never fixed them because I was always kind of scared. They just sounded so fancy. Oh, I'm having rack of lamb. And a lot of people have this for their holidays. But it just was intimidating to me. And then I'd ordered some and I played around with them. I'm like, a little bit easy, a little bit too easy. Wash my hands here. I'm gonna make a little bit of a sauce to go with these. Also, want to get some more pepper. I've got to have my food seasoned. I'm telling you, and when you come to Mammy's Kitchen, I do not want to see you using salt and pepper. It's going to be on your table, but I do not, like, you don't have to use that. My husband's just like salt, 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 and it's not good for him. But I'm like, I just salted that. No. I like seasoned food. We season everything, everything. All right, got some more of that. All right, we're gonna bring these over here, put them in the skillet. Perfect. Perfect amount right there. Put my capers in there. So I'm making a new tradition that we may have lamb chops for our Christmas. I don't know if I want to do it for my kids or do it for Pappy's Christmas. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in here, but it tends to burn pretty easy, but I do want maybe a little bit of garlic powder. Turn them up. We've got my white wine for our gravy, just a kind of a dip. I really love that. But I think everybody would just love, love, love these. They're so tender. It's such a great bite of meat. Get some more thyme. And all these fresh herbs and spices. Perfect around Christmas time. All the holiday dishes, you know. Everybody has their own traditional favorites that they fix. And Francie always likes to bring deviled eggs. She's really good at those. Lisa always brings her dips. And her Lisa is really good. I'm going to have to do it too. Man, I should have done it. Is it the frozen salads that they used to have at Cedarwood? And I think they still have it. Or the marshmallow salad, the fruit salads. Really good at that. Oh, this smells so good. So, so good. All right. I'm going to take this over there. I want this in the pan. Some more pepper going on here. So we've got, I'm getting ready to mash her taters. And then I've got our lamb chops going. Got to have, when they served me those lamb chops with those mashed potatoes in Honolulu, Hawaii, in this beautiful restaurant, I'm like, whoa, wow. Looked like a little volcano with lamb chops around it. It was so pretty. So that's why I always connect mashed potatoes with lamb chops. But we are going to snazz them up a little bit. We're going to put some sour cream, heavy whipping cream in them. You know what? And so I'm gonna go ahead and get our potatoes going, bring them over here, and I'm gonna do them the old-fashioned way. And you know what? We have had to do this many a time at the restaurant because our blender, our mixer would break, and we would have to, we always keep one of these handy, and we did not like doing it. Oh, good, good, good. And I've got some sour cream, some heavy whipping cream, and I've got my salt. And I can remember Mammy doing this for years. I mean, even when they had mixers. I mean, you know, I'm not that old. But this is how we always fixed them. So I've got some heavy whipping cream. And see how easy that is, youngins? Oh, this smells so good. And I actually I used to work at Churchill Downs. I was a waitress. Oh my gosh, I loved working there. In the Eclipse room. If anybody ever went to the Eclipse dining room, I waited on you. I loved it. And they had garlic mashed potatoes. We're gonna put some garlic in here too. And I ate them one day. You know, I'm like, man, I gotta have some of those. And man, they were the best potatoes I ever had. And that, you know, got lots of ideas. Here goes my sour cream. There we go. And they never took the skin off their potatoes. They always had the skin on them. And I always thought, that must be a fancy mashed potato with the skin on it. That's fine with me because I'm too lazy to peel them anyway. My daughter, Robin, when we have to peel potatoes. And we're like, Robin, you know, peel potatoes. Just peel the bag of potatoes. She said, I've got carpal tunnel from peeling potatoes. She got out of that job, carpal tunnel. Oh, gosh. So good, so good. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic. Check on these. Oh, look how nice. And I think I like it because you just pick it up by the bone and eat it like I do. You wanna get all fancy now. Get him in there. Oh, so good. Pick him up. Like frying chicken. Oh my goodness, the star of the show, star of the show, star of the show. I don't know which one I'm gonna like the most. Get a spoon, let's see how my potatoes are coming. Oh wow, pretty good, pretty good. I don't see how Mammy and them did this. Oh, gosh. And they didn't fix a little pot like I've got right here. They fixed a big pot. A little bit of salt. Put a little bit more cream. Mashed potatoes is always my favorite thing to eat. What kid isn't their favorite? Mashed potatoes. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder to these, just for the good old days of when I was a really good server. I loved working at Churchill Downs and always had to work the holidays too. Oh, I was so mad, but it was worth it. Got to meet a whole bunch of people. See, James Earl Jones, Randy Travis, Brooke Shields. All right, I think that's good. Look at that. Woo! All right, we'll set these to the side. Oh, yeah, those sure are fancy mashed potatoes you've got going there, Mammy. All right, so, these are looking marvelous. Oh, look at that. I want to eat that right now. And I'm going to save all of these drippings for the, might as well just dump that little bit of sour cream in there. Right there on the top. No sense in wasting it, you know. So next what we're going to do, we're going to turn this down on low, let that cook. We're going to get set up for our banana croquettes. And we're going to see if I made these as good as my Mammy made hers. All right, so they're finishing up, and I'll probably eat all of these myself before anybody gets home from work. Oh my goodness. They look fabulous. Oh, these are good. And I got these at Boone's too. So it's so nice to be able to cook this nice meal. And it all came from our town. The fresh oysters, the fresh lamb, and then, so all right, so I'm gonna put some Dijon mustard in here and some garlic. Oh, I'm gonna use this whisk instead of that whisk. Yeah, we're gonna add some white wine. There we go. Just for like a little light sauce. Turn it up there. Because all those drippings, that's the best part. Just like a little demi-glaze. Oh. I love that whisk, dang. It's perfect for this too. Some cracked pepper. All right, so we've got that going, and we're just gonna kind of drizzle it. That white wine and all that garlic in there. Right through there. Beautiful. We're gonna set this back, and I'm gonna finish my, gonna go back over here. So this is cooled down. That is perfect, perfect, perfect. Have to taste it just in case. Just in case. Oh, perfect. Gosh, boy, that's got a good, that's awesome. There, I remember Mammy doing this. How do I remember that? I do not know. Because it's been years and years. When, we used to have so many good dinners together as a family. There's nothing more that my family loved to do was cook. Get them all in there, let them set and soak up all that egg, custard, vinegar, and sugar. That's all it is. And I've been looking everywhere for it, and that's all it was. Mammy's probably like, It's a messy thing. Oh, definitely gonna fix these for my dad. I bet he'll remember them. Oh. And I just remember this part of it too. Oh, you know, I love the memories, and that's why I do have a restaurant. I've said that over and over again. I had some people come in from Texas to eat, and they probably thought, is this woman ever gonna shut up? And I'm like, there's nothing more that I like talking about is my family. And everybody's got, you know, their stories, and it's just like living in a storybook. Like, you know, it could be a storybook. You know, I need to do that one day. I need to write a book about all the things we did with all of our cousins. We had the best cousins ever. I was very blessed, thank you God, to have a great childhood. And I get to pass it along. I want to pass it to you and my, you know, and my children and definitely my grandchildren through recipes. you know, through pictures and stories. Thank goodness. Good old memories. Was the good old days, and we're making the good old days for my grandkids now. It's like Mammy did for me. All right. And then when you just couldn't do the peanuts anymore because they got all messy, you just eat the peanut stuff, because that was the best part of this. Mammy's was probably prettier than this because her food was beautiful. She had to make it beautiful. She would tell you to get the heck away from her and don't bother her while she's doing her own recipes. All right, there we go. Oh. Yeah, that's so good. I can lick my fingers, but I won't do it on TV. I cannot wait. We are going to taste test all of this good stuff. Look at that. Look. And with her pot. And her handwriting. I think, you know what, guys? I think Mammy is here with me today. And so voila, here we are. Merry Christmas and to our dinner. Oh my goodness. Cannot end a Christmas show and a tasting without some good old Bardstown bourbon. And this is one of the best. This is Willett Distilleries. Oh, so good. I've got some cinnamon eggnog here, and I've been wanting to try it. I'm going to put a little bit with a cinnamon stick, some nutmeg, rosemary in here. And I've been wanting to... Oh, wow. Got some good stuff right there. Man, you ain't in Bardstown if you don't have something like this. My little mug. I just don't know what to taste first. All right, my Divinity, I think, turned out beautiful. I'm going to do one of Mammy's. Oh. Oh, it's so different from the traditional. I guess this is nostalgic or vintage than what we're used to. Both are good, but this just brings back so many memories of my grandmother. And this is how I'll start fixing mine from now on. Oh, enough talk, Christy. I gotta have some of this oyster Rockefeller bread pudding. Look at that. Wow. That is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. What a great dinner. I'm serving this with some butter in there. I'm serving this for my dad. I think he would love it, love it, love it. And right there. But I want one with that glaze on it. Just that one little piece, that's all I need. I wish I had a chair. I'd sit down because this is a plate of food that you need to sit down for. And thank goodness you've got it. That was good. I know y'all are waiting for me to do my oysters. And me too. And make sure I get an oyster in there. Oh, it's crunchy on the outside right here. Look at that. Oh. Oh man. One piece of that spinach. Got an oyster. Here we go. Love it, love it, love it. Why is it? I could eat it raw, but I can eat it like that. And it's so good. Put this. If you're gonna bring a casserole, man, that was so good. If you're gonna bring a casserole to your holiday get together this year, bring that one. Man, mashed taters. I'm gonna have to fix this so many more times. I'm gonna tell you. All right, let me give me a real bite. Should I not eat that with my fingers? Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. They're so tiny though. It's like useless just to try to use a fork and knife. Just wasting your time. But I'll do it. Put some of that gravy on there. Oh my goodness. That's the best lamb chops I've ever had. That was so good with the creamy mashed potato. Perfect. I did good, Mammy. Oh my goodness. My Christmas is done and over with. I'm telling you, this is a Christmas present in itself. And it really is, since I got to use that and fix my Aunt Loretta's Divinity. I don't know which one I want first. Oh, wow. I like the sprinkles. Oh, Loretta, I love this. And I certainly miss you. Oh my goodness. Years and years you made that for us. It is delicious. Oh, this is so good. I want that and this and that and that and this and that. But I do want to show you my house because I got a little bit of different things. This is our 4th year together. Can you believe that? This is the 4th year that you're gonna see my house. And we've got a few changes and I added a few things, took away a few things, but it all is beautiful. Especially when you add food to it like this and all the memories. That's what makes my house a home. And I want to thank you. You make my house a home too. And you make Mammy's Kitchen and Mammy's General Store a home. And we want you to feel as comfortable as we feel around you. Maggie, no, you don't get any of this food. Look, she's smelling my mouth. She wants some of it. This is Maggie, and look at her little Christmas dress. Then this is our 2nd year with her, and she is the light of our lives. So she wants to say, Merry Christmas to you. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I hope your holiday and your Christmas is as wonderful as you've made mine today. I am going to eat this whole thing by myself. All these, no, nobody's going to get one. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for listening to my stories, and thank you. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Mwah. Don't forget, shop local, drink local, bank local, and for sure, eat local. Merry Christmas. Love you all.